We'll leave that one up for debate. We just bottomed her out. ABS is off, but traction control is on. And no more. Just coming up to Weedons Ross Road. Recreational area, I guess we call it. Lucky enough here in Canterbury to be able to have some tracks up the river and a little bit of forestry. Interesting that I could feel the traction control then kicking in. So in off-road mode, traction control, ABS is off, but traction control is on. Yeah, I can feel it. It's holding it back from really ripping it up. But ABS is off, so let's see. Okay, yeah, I can feel the back end locking up. I'm just going to go down here and just find a little bit of an area to have a play in. The Waimak River is just out to my right, but depending on how the flow is, we may not be able to get out there. Traction control is weird. I've come from a 300SX KTM 2-stroke motocross bike, and that has not got traction control. So I'm waiting for it to step out, and then it you know, the traction control kicks in. It doesn't happen. So I can see that it would have. Like, be really beneficial when you need it. But I think I'm going to flick it off and just see what it's like without it. I might find a little side road up here and head out to the river. Cool little tracks through here. Just got to be careful, obviously, like this right here, track crossing another, dual use. There's no sort of up or down, left or right. Feeling pretty comfy on it now, like now that it's letting itself move around a little bit. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it's almost like with all these you know, safety features and that, they're great. They obviously have a purpose. They really feel like you don't feel the bike. That's how I feel anyway. I don't feel like I'm feeling the bike under me when all the ABS and traction control's on. It's sort of fighting you in a way. In this environment anyway. We're on like rocky road. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes. Loose. So let's have a blast down here. Oh, stalled it. We'll take this opportunity to address that. So there's plenty of chat around the KTM 390 Adventure and Enduro stalling. I've had it a little bit, but I always think it's been my fault. I don't think it's... Oh, mate, on the CRF. Oh, 2 CRFs. Sick. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's happened from like cracking the throttle or... You know, I mean, you can't just pull up to a stop without the clutch in and expect the bike to run. So I know there has been some issues, and I think the latest software's fixed it, but when I've stalled it, like just now, you know, it's probably just my own fault. We'll leave that one up for debate. I'm going to head back into the woods in here. There's a nice little single track that goes up in the trees. Pretty dry this time of year. Probably a bit tight, really, for this bike. Well... No, it should be fine actually. It'll be kind of fun. It'll be good to see what the bike kind of goes like in that tight stuff. We'll just do a few laps around that little track just there. I keep going up on the front of the seat like I'm on a dirt bike. Oh, suspension's a bit rough. Whoa, whoa, here we go. Oh, that came up on me a bit quick. Got some rollers here. Oh, alright, we just bottomed her out. Wasn't looking far enough ahead, they came up on me so quick. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Like I said, it's not a 300SX dirt bike, but it's doing alright. Like, I'm probably, you know, not being that easy on it. So the track I normally go on, that way, there's a big tree down. So I'm going to have to get back out onto the road and go one block further up. I might just duck through here because I'm actually going the wrong way. Oh, that one got me last time. I think it is just here. Can't remember. It's kind of that way there. Actually, there might be a whole lot of trees down because we've had some really bad wind. Yeah. I'm not too sure which way I'm going until I see someone else do it. I don't want to be going the wrong way. Well, I think we could call that a success. Shakedown ride on the new KTM 390 Adventure R. We've had a mix of riverbed, some little forestry single track, four-wheel drive roads, and you know, some gravel. And all in all, I think it went pretty well. The suspension does need a little bit of work. straight out of the box, it's okay, but you know, for a price point, these things do what you ask of them and no more. But you know, like if you're wanting to, you know, trail ride this thing, I think you can, and I'm going to. I think there's some potential for this thing to be quite a fun wee bike. I specifically went for the Adventure mainly for the fuel tank capacity. The Enduro model was very similar, as we know, but it has a 9.5 or 9 litre fuel tank, and the Adventure's got the 14 or 14.5, so a little bit more fuel range, but quite lively still through here, through the single track. You know, it was still a fun little playful bike. You know, we have the Dunlop D606 tyres on. I haven't even ridden it with the standard tyres, so I couldn't tell you what they're like. But, you know, you sacrifice a little bit on the Tarsiel Road. It was quite skatey and, you know, you're not going to be able to race around the hills in it. But out on the off-road and in the forestry stuff, those tyres are going to be great. The little mods that we did this morning, all in all, pretty good. You know, the frame guards and the case savers. You know, I think with a little bit of work on the suspension and just a little bit more ergonomic stuff, the bars for me could go, there's 3 settings. They're in the middle setting, and I think they're actually offset to the rear. So I might go full forward and offset the clamp, offset the bar clamp all the way forward. So get a bit further forward, a bit more room in the cockpit. I think that'll work well. But yeah, it's been a good day. I've had some fun. The bike's run well. It certainly does like being up in the revs. It comes alive, you know, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 RPM. A little bit like a 2-stroke actually. So if you're expecting a lot of power off the bottom, this isn't going to be your bike. Definitely has more mid to top end power. That's been the shakedown ride here today. Weedons Ross Road, Canterbury. You've been watching Backroad Theory. I hope to see you again. Like and subscribe. We've got more KTM 390 Adventure R content coming your way.